Greetings. I'm Peg, and I've been asked to talk about Twin States Network. Um, I don't even know where to begin. Twin States has provided so much support, guidance, advice, friendship throughout the years. With the exception of my late husband, a peer advocate from Twin States was the first HIV positive person that I ever spoke with and then later met. It pleases me to say that we're still friends today, both healthy, retired. It's a friendship that I treasure. Early on, she brought me to a Twin States support group, and I left there feeling incredibly inspired. There was a newly diagnosed woman there who thought her life was over, and when she realized that both the peer advocate and I had both been positive for more than 7 years, it was like flipping a switch. She went from being like total despair to feeling like she absolutely had a life to live and making plans. And that was in the early 90s. And here we are 3 decades later, and Twin States is still providing a unique and valuable service for HIV positive people. When we were able to gather in person, I never missed a woman's retreat. They were that important to me. Incredible gathering of women. We were privileged and honored to have our first transgender woman come join us at the retreat. It was truly there were no other services for her in Vermont, and it was awesome to be at that retreat where we witnessed her joy at being totally accepted into our community. During COVID lockdown, Twin States hosted virtual support groups, virtual retreats, workshops, game nights, and it surprised me how connected that we were during those events, almost like being in the same room. And without those groups, I don't know how some of us would have made it through the isolation and loneliness of quarantine without these groups. Many people believe that HIV is a thing of the past, but it's still here, and Twin States provide an irreplaceable connection and support for those of us with HIV. And it was in October of 1985 that I was given my death sentence. And yet, here I am asking you to support Twin States so we can help continue this valuable service and connections. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you consider supporting our work. Bye.
Hi, my name is David, and I didn't really think about HIV services until my husband passed away, and we had been together for 25 years. So then suddenly I was alone in a cabin in southern Vermont, isolated. We live 30 miles outside of town. So it takes about 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get to doctor's appointments, pharmacy, the grocery store. So it's pretty isolated, pretty rural here. But it's beautiful. Vermont is quite beautiful. If you've never been here, come on. But I wanted to talk about the Twin States Network and their model that they've created. They can be implemented into any other service organization. Primarily, people use the technology they have. And if they don't have technology like a tablet or, a phone or a computer, we can provide them a tablet. Then they have support groups online on Tuesdays, Thursdays, a couple times Sundays a month. But it goes beyond that because they have these peer support people which make calls, phone numbers, advocate for them, make sure that they have everything they need, make sure that they're taking their medicines, that they're eating healthy. But then you also have twice a year, you have these virtual retreats. And all it is we get experts from all over the state, New Hampshire and Vermont. I really believe that this model could work in other places because it's not that difficult, but it's meaningful. Because as we age, HIV hasn't really taken a forefront anymore.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I am a peer advocate for Twin States Network. And I'm making this video because we're applying for a grant, and I'm actually I want to show you something that might explain how we are in Vermont. We are such a rural state, and this is how our people feel. And this is a half a mile from my actual home. Let's see. I am in a tunnel. And this is really how, when I come through here walking, this is how I think our HIV positive population feels. That, we are in this tunnel where our support groups, we guard people like this, but we still feel like we're looking out at the normal population. And, we're an aging population, myself included. And I have many, many clients, and they are all over 60 years old. And all of the larger ASOs have completely shifted their funding all to a syringe exchange. And we're the only one that actually offers any sort of a psychosocial option to any of these people through our support groups, through meeting them in their homes. They're old enough that the majority of them do not have parents. Many don't have children, myself included, I do not. They've lost siblings. The only thing that keeps them going, that we hear time and time again, is our support groups, and Twin States itself, everything that we can do for them. So I am asking that you definitely consider us for this grant. Thank you.